Y'all know I don't do no introduction. So anyway, if you are new to my channel, thank you. Welcome to the Keep It Real Camp. If you are not, I know it's been a minute, but I'm not gonna say I stopped recording. I'm gonna say I wasn't inspired to record. I had a baby in November, my third child, named Dakota. She's 7 months now. And at the time, in January, I started school. I was on a plan, getting ready to graduate. I want to be a criminologist and stuff like that, and have a career in criminal justice. And talking to my brother, those people that don't know, I have anxiety, depression, severe depression, and PTSD. Okay, so I was diagnosed with that it was July 29th, 2015 is when I had my breakdown. So it's been 3 years. And that's when I found out I have depression, anxiety, and PTSD. So I don't have any videos of that anymore because I deleted them all. When I was talking to my brother about my graduation plan and what I was trying to do and the classes that I needed to finish taking because I was so close to graduating, we talked about the fact that I may have to delete my videos because I'm talking about mental illness and stuff like that. I knew that I would have to do that, but at the same time, I was a little apprehensive about doing that because I feel like mental illness is a real thing. Like, it's a real thing. People deal with that, and I feel like, why should that deter me from being what I want to be in life just because I have mental illness and I'm talking about it on camera for people to see? I mean, it is what it is. So I worked so hard that I didn't want something like that to stand in my way. So I went back through my videos, goddamn that, and I deleted them all. And the minute I'm a rip the band-aid off type of person. Like, I didn't sit up there and go through each one, watch it, and delete it. I literally just went delete, 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 delete. So the minute I did it, I felt something in me kind of die. Because I was on there crying sometimes, I was on there going off sometimes, but all of that is a part of being mentally ill. And I was on there happy sometimes. You know, that's all a part of it. You know, yeah, I talk about makeup and products and this and that and stuff like that, but at the same time, it was therapeutic for me. And it was so important for me to do it and for people to see it who didn't know me or hadn't seen me in a while to know that part. You know, what you feel, how you feel about it. I don't really care, especially not anymore. But what provoked me to make this video was the suicide of Kate Spade and another man. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. He was a chef or something. And it bothered me. I don't have nothing Kate Spade, so it's not like, oh, I got a Kate Spade this and I'm invested. I don't have nothing of hers, can't afford it, wouldn't even try to get it. So hearing that, but I knew who she was. I'm like, damn, the designer, the purse lady, she killed herself? What is that about? And, you know, she left a suicide note. And in the suicide note, she was saying how she didn't want her daughter to blame herself. She was like, don't blame yourself, ask your dad. And I didn't know what she meant by that. I mean, how would I know? And then her sister released a statement or something saying that she had been dealing with depression for a long time and she didn't want to talk about it because she did not want it to affect her brand. And that's something that kind of sat with me because I was like, okay, I deleted my videos because I didn't want it to affect my future career plans. And I have struggled with that decision ever since I did that, because once I post something, I might go back and watch it, but I don't take it down, because that's why I say I keep it real, because it is what it is. And I think that's part of the problem with the world, where you hide the things that are not good about yourself, or the things that people might go, ooh, you know, I don't really like that. We hide those type of things so we can get certain positions, so we can make this amount of money. And as you can see, becoming a famous designer, making money, having the life, didn't stop her from killing herself. It don't do nothing. So I decided that I'm gonna go back to making my damn videos and talk about what I want to talk about, because it's about raising awareness. It's about helping people. It's about connecting with somebody that is like me, that is a woman, that is a single mother, and all kind of things like that. That's what it's about. And if I don't get to where I want to go because I posted a video speaking my truth, then that ain't where I need to be. And that's just what it is. Fear has crippled my life in so many ways that at 29 years old, I'm not about to sit up here and keep letting that be the driving force to decisions that I make. It doesn't make any sense, because I recently had to stop school. Like I said, I had another child. So I have a 9-year-old, 8-year-old, and a 7-month-old, trying to juggle that, trying to go to school, working a job. I'm not with my daughter's father anymore, so that's another issue. That's a whole nother thing. I'm doing it, on my own. Not saying that they're not in their life. Who gives a fuck? It is what it is. At the end of the day, I'm a single parent. So the day-to-day is what I'm doing, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I love my children. I'm not gonna send my children nowhere. And the truth of the matter is, put them all together, they still don't make a better parent than me. But it is difficult, and I'm not willing to risk time with my child for a degree. So I had to take a step back from that and put that dream on hold in order to be present as a parent and as a person, because when you dealing with mental illness, it's already stressful. You in this constant battle. Yes, I do take medication. I have to take medication. When I was off medication, the minute I found I was pregnant, I put the medication to the side, didn't take it at all, and I was a mess. I got through my pregnancy. I was very depressed. We actually broke up during the time that I was pregnant, because we was having problems before. So I was depressed when I was pregnant. And after I had her, I was joyful, but at the same time I was sad. And I was still going through stuff with her father. So, people thought I handled it well, being off medication, but what they don't understand is the constant battle to fight the thoughts that come into your head about yourself. Because I cannot sit up here and tell you how exhausting it is to fight off you're not good enough, you're not pretty enough, you're not smart enough, you're not a good enough mother, you're not a good enough sister, friend, lover, all those things every fucking day, feeling like I'm not enough, I need more, I don't have enough money, my house is not good enough, my car not good enough, my clothes not good enough, this and that. How exhausting it is to fight those thoughts every single day. So one thing medication does do is to kind of help you put those thoughts in the back of your mind. They might come up, but you don't dwell. It's like a passing thought. So I was at work today, and I'm working, and I'm thinking about this stuff, and I'm like, Kristen, no, you cannot live your life like this. You cannot not say anything. We living in this world where everybody is so scared to be themselves and say what they really are, to the point where we walking around here, everybody being fake as fuck. Ain't nobody happy all the damn time. And being mentally ill affects people in a lot of ways. It affects me at work. It affects me at school. Sometimes I don't have the energy to do my homework, or how do you call into your job and be like, what, I can't really come in today, my depression is acting up, I don't want to get out of bed. What you gonna tell them people? Them people don't want to hear that. They're gonna be like, oh, okay, really? You fired. They're not gonna hear that. You know what I'm saying? You can't really tell nobody that. So people don't understand the toll that it takes on your life. And if you don't get help, if you don't go to therapy, you don't get on medication, you see crazy people walking around, or we label them as crazy, walking around on the street. How you think they got there? I have a cousin right now, younger than me, addicted to crack, who's mentally ill. And in the words of damn J. Cole, mental illness and drugs don't mix. They don't go together. You can't do that. Hard drugs. I'm not talking about medication that you get from a doctor. I'm talking about street drugs. Crack and mental illness don't go together. You will lose your mind. If you already barely hanging on to it, you really gonna lose your shit. But people go to these type of drugs to numb it, to get away from it, to push it out, and it doesn't do anything. It's like a fucking trying to push a ball in a tub or a pool full of water. It's gonna keep popping up. It's gonna keep popping up no matter how much pressure you put on it. When you remove that, your hand or whatever you got on top of it, it's gonna pop back up to the surface. That is what it's like trying to suppress mental illness. It's something that needs to be treated. And it's so sad to I have so many questions about a lady who I don't even know. Okay, y'all knew she was mentally ill and y'all got her still making handbags. Ain't nobody say, you know what, stop with the bags. You need to check yourself into rehab. You need to get some kind of help. You need to do something. Or whatever. The bags can wait. You got Mariah Carey talking about coming out as bipolar. We knew something was wrong with Mariah a long time ago. But what we labeled her, she's a diva, she's a bitch. She's crazy. Well, she's mentally ill. People don't just walk around acting like that for no reason. Like they don't just do that. But as a society, we have this thing in us that the minute somebody is doing something that we don't consider normal, we push it out. There's something wrong with them. And it's just, it's so exhausting sometimes when you are trying to explain why you're sad and you don't know why, or why you can't not be okay today. It's exhausting to try to explain it to somebody who doesn't get it. And I feel so bad for her family, and I feel so bad for her daughter. I don't know how many children she has, but I feel so bad because to be so low and to be so broken to whereas you do something like that just goes to show how deep somebody is in pain. Because I've been and I have felt that low and I have felt that pain, and I was able to reach out and get help, and I was able to pull myself out of it, because to be honest, the only thing that keep me going every day are my kids. You know, my daughter my oldest child have the best personality in the world. She has the best personality in the world. If I could be anybody in this world, I would be her. She is so talented and she is so free and so herself, effortlessly. It's sometimes intimidating. You know, I'm myself too, but I'm not as bubbly as she is. She's such a light. You know, my son give the best hugs in the world. I love all my children hug, but my son give the best hugs in the world. My infant, you know, she have this ability to make everybody around her happy, and not just because she a baby, but it's just something that she give off when she laugh, and just everything. People just are drawn to her. So those are the things that I can't live without those things. So even when I get to a point and I get low and I'm feeling like I'm not enough, and I'm feeling like, why am I here, and all this stuff like that, I have to look at these children, because they are my reason for getting up in the morning. That's it. Without them, I don't think I would still be here. I don't think I would fight as hard to try to fix the problem. I don't think I would take medication. I probably would just let it take me, because it's hard. It is hard. And I think the worst thing I ever did was to delete my videos and mute myself, thinking that if I do this, then I will get what I've been working hard for. I bust my ass. So if I never become a criminologist because they say, oh, she got depression and she talking about it on the video, then y'all lost. That's y'all lost. It's not mine. You know, we can't live our lives like that. We can't hide from ourselves. You don't have to put all your business up out in the street, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, if you have something to say that could help somebody else, you have a responsibility to say something. You have a responsibility to do something. I have a friend right now going through it, and she's sad and she's depressed. And when I call her sometimes and she don't answer, it scares the fuck out of me every time. So what I will do, because I can understand how you just don't want to talk, and it's not that personal, but what I will do is text her and say, hey, I'm checking on you and I love you. Because sometimes that might be that one thing that might stop a person from hanging themselves, shooting themselves, taking medication. You know, it might be that one thing, somebody just saying, hey, I was thinking about you. Because a lot of times when you're in it, these phases of depression, it feels like nobody is thinking about you. It feels like nobody cares. Your mind will trick you into thinking that nobody gives a damn about you. Why are you here? You're better off in the nothing, you know, I can't say you're going to heaven because they say that's not true. So you're better, it'll tell you that you're better off somewhere else. But that's not always the case. And I think that we as a society are so full of the way we appear to other people that we are walking around here miserable. And I don't want to be miserable. I don't need no help being miserable. There's things in my life that has happened to me. There's things in, my life that I've gone through, or, whatever, that I can sit up here and make myself cry right now if I really thought about it too hard. I don't want to be hiding behind nothing. I don't want nothing to hold me hostage. And so I'm going to do another part to this video because it's going to get kind of long. But if you know somebody that is mentally ill or depressed or going through something, check on them. You can't save everybody. But it's important to not just let somebody walk around here pretending to be okay. If you can help them help themselves. Get them the resources. Take them where they need to go if they don't want to go by themselves. Because sometimes it just takes somebody being there for you to help you. And everybody don't have that. God put me in a position to have an amazing family and an amazing support system, but I know that is not everybody. And if I didn't have that, my life would have went different. My story would have went different. But I said that to say that whole situation, hearing that one person killed himself, another person killed, it put me in a space. And I feel a way about it. It's really sad. It's really sad that people will let you walk around broken like that. But that's the end of the video. I'll see y'all next time.